welcome to the Vintage Girl Next Door. My name is Laci, and today we are talking about thrifting. So if you have watched my channel for a little while, you know I love thrifting. So I thought that I would give you guys my top tips for thrifting. So hopefully you can find some treasures. So without further ado, we will just get right into it. So probably my number one tip for finding great things at the thrift store is to go often. So most thrift stores put out new things every single day. So the more often you go, the more likely you are to snag the treasure before someone else does. Luckily in my town, my small town, I don't have a ton of collectors that I know of. I know that there's a few, and I've actually seen them in passing quite often. So we talk to each other and stuff, but yeah, go often. I try to go minimum once a week. I would love to be able to go every single day if I could, but unfortunately, girls gotta work. So it's science. The more you go, the more likely you are to find some awesome treasures. So that's tip number one. Tip number two, if you are looking for clothes, you must search all sizes. So, I mean, all the ones I've been to, all the thrift stores I've been to have things organized by size: small, medium, large, extra large. So you want to go through the whole entire rack, because for a few reasons. First of all, something could be put in the wrong place by accident. Like somebody could have looked at it and put it back in the wrong place. You never know. Specifically when it comes to vintage clothing, the sizes are different. So in vintage sizes, I wear a size 14. That could very well be just they look at the number, put it in the size large category. You never know. So yeah, I've found multiple vintage treasures placed in the wrong size. So don't just search your specific size. You've got to look at all of them. And yeah, it's gonna maybe take a minute, which leads me to my next tip, and that is spend the time. You've got to probably plan on spending at least an hour. Like if it's a decent sized thrift store, minimum an hour. You've got to have some time to look through, because you might find something tucked back on a shelf. Like you have to really look. You can't just expect to go quick in and out 15-minute trip and just go grab exactly the thing that you've been looking for. I mean, that'd be great, but you gotta put in the work and you've gotta put in the time. Okay, another tip for you is to know what you're looking for. So if you're looking for vintage clothing, do a little bit of research on how to identify the clothing that you're looking for. So, I mean, it's pretty easy to know if you like the style of something or not, but if you want to know if it's true vintage, you're going to have to do a little bit of research, and it is fairly easy to date clothing once you know those specific things. And I'm not going to go into that in this video. One of my friends, though, does have a really good video that I will link below. My friend Kristina at The Air Effect has a really great video on how to date different eras of clothing. So I will link that for you in the description, and you can check that out in case you need some more information on that. But basically I look for those standout things that date a vintage garment: metal zipper, the way that the seams are finished, the style, the fabric. All of those things can help you to identify a vintage garment. Or if it is housewares, then just kind of know, like I said, know what you're looking for. Do some research, look online, look on eBay, Etsy, search for those things that you want, and then you have that image in your mind. You can go and see what you can find at the thrift store. Another tip for you is get to know the workers. So I go often enough, I see similar people every time, and I am friendly with them and talk to them, and they have helped me out so much because of that. So they know what I'm looking for. They know that I'm looking for vintage, and I've had the cute ladies at the Catholic thrift store like put things in the back room for me. If they see something come in that they think that I would like that's 1950s, they save it for me. So sweet of them. So yeah, like just be friendly with people and chat with the workers. Like I've had at another thrift store, I was just shopping around and the lady went in the back room and she came back out. She's like, oh good, you're still here. I found this vintage dress and I thought you would like it. Bought it. Like, so that's what you got to do. And I've had, even just in the bigger thrift store in Desert Industries, I've had one of the employees like just bring things over to me while I'm shopping. Hey, do you like this coat? I thought it looked vintage. So like things that I may not have seen, or things that would have been put out after I left, they're finding me. So yeah, get to know the people, and that makes it more fun anyway. That's one of the things I love, is talking to people and making new friends and things like that. So yeah, I've made many a friend, not just a worker, but friends just browsing in the thrift store. Like, oh, are you looking for Pyrex? I love Pyrex too. And then we chat, and now we're friends, and it's been a few years. So that's one of the joys of thrifting, is the people. Last tip for you, practice good thrift karma. So that means giving back to the thrift store. Items that you no longer have a need for, you can go ahead and donate them back to the thrift store, and then the circle of life continues. So yeah, this is just my quick little overview, just a few tips that I have kind of found thrifting over the years. And yeah, I found some treasures, you guys. So it's possible. You can find awesome things at the thrift store. You just have to take your time. You have to know what you're looking for, and you have to really just look. Just go in there and hunt it down. So I wish you all happy thrifting. May you find all of your vintage treasures at the thrift store. And if you do, I want you to tell me about it. So make sure that you comment and like this video, and I would love to hear from you. And I will see you soon in my next video. Bye.